full of friends riding Vespers in the wind. What do you got here?
A customer makes an offer I can't refuse.
An actual tie and a couple handkerchiefs from The Sopranos worn by James Gandolfini.
Chum encounters a holy relic.
This is a papal ring from the 15th century. You'll never see another one like it.
And later, Chum and I take a trip to Italy.
Welcome to the Eternal City.
Bueno.
And have an unforgettable...
How did it go?
That was the best time I've had in Italy so far.
Roman holiday. The big question, how much do you want for it?
120,000.
Andiamo. It's good to be here, Rick.
What have I told you? If you're gonna wear a hat, it's gotta be a company hat.
Well, this is a company hat. You also told me to wear a name tag, and I always forget it, so I figured if I put my name on my hat, and I don't have to wear a name tag.
It's not a name tag.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how you guys doing?
I'm good. Hey, my name's Chumley. You can tell by the name tag on my hat.
Oh, that's a very nice hat you have there.
Thank you.
It's not a name tag.
What do you got here?
An actual tie and a couple handkerchiefs from The Sopranos worn by James Gandolfini.
You know, I watched every single Sopranos except the last episode.
Why not?
Because someone told me how it ended, so I didn't care.
I have James Gandolfini handkerchiefs, tie, and letter, and they were used in The Sopranos. I got them from a former casino executive here in Las Vegas that did a big favor for Gandolfini, and I acquired them years later. I'm hoping today to get $1,800 for the tie, handkerchief, and the letter.
Sopranos, probably top 10 TV series of all time. It's gotta be up there. It was a little weird to begin with when you first started watching that series because like, I got like, whoa, 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 whoa. We got a mob boss seeing a shrink. But that's really hard to play off in a TV show is to have a bad guy that you like. Everyone fell in love with the series, and he did some movies after that, but unfortunately, James Gandolfini had a massive heart attack at 51 and just career ended really, really short.
That was it.
So, we have a Baroni tie here, we have some handkerchiefs.
Were these worn on the show?
As far as I know, yes.
We got a letter here, sir. James Gandolfini letterhead for the card. It says, thanks so much for all you did for us in Vegas. I would like to send you one of my Tony Soprano's Baroni ties. We have James Gandolfini's signature at the bottom of it. That's what I'm assuming it is. It's interesting. How much you want for it?
I'm looking to get about $1,800.
Okay. Let me call someone in and check out this.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
I mean, because this is the one thing that ties it all together.
No pun intended.
Let me have someone come in and look at the note and look at the signature. If everything checks out, maybe we can do something. Okay?
Sounds good.
All right.
I'm more than happy with an expert taking a look at these items. I believe that the handkerchief and the tie are truly authentic.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you, man? Got a book for you.
Okay, all right. Hey, Pops, we got a book. It's the 6 Livers of the Republic, I think.
The 6 livers?
Something like that.
Les 6 livres de la Republique. It's the 6 books of the Republic. And there's a doodle in it? Okay.
I didn't do it, but...
It's either Picasso or a 5-year-old.
I'm here at the pawn shop today to sell an old antique book. I was going through my grandma's attic and found a bunch of old books. This one kind of stood out to me as kind of bigger and bulkier, and it seemed older. The condition of the book is pretty cool. I would really like to sell the book for $10,000.
Pretty cool. This is a really famous book, by the way.
Cool.
This was written by Jean Bodin. He was a philosopher in the 1500s, 16th century. One of the very early people started talking about constitutional government. This is the 1500s, where literally they believed in the divine right of kings. A lot of what he writes about is that there's a limit to everyone's power, even kings and queens. This was an age of great philosophers. My favorite is Giordano Bruno. Before telescopes and everything, he was looking at the stars and saying the stars were suns and planets revolved around him, and maybe life lived on them. It's like my favorite guy from that time.
So how'd that work out for him?
Catholic Church ended up burning him at the stake.
Wow.
Seriously, what is it with you and the old philosophy books?
It expands your mind. I actually would love to get a book by Giordano Bruno.
Really, because I don't know one person that's graduated college with a philosophy degree and has a job.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, so how much you want for it?
Could you guys do $10,000?
Oh, no.
No.
A first edition in great shape.
Yeah.
$50,000, $60,000.
Okay.
But it is not a first edition. And you have some serious issues with the book. It's got water damage, it's got a doodle in it, it's got scribbles in it. I'd give you $1,000 for it.
Can you do 15?
Tell you what, I'll give you 1,400 bucks for it.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, cool. Come with me, I'll write you out.
Cool, thank you. I settled on the $1,400. I'm here for a climbing trip, so I'm gonna take that money and keep going rock climbing.
Hey, how can I help you?
I'm looking to sell a couple of items.
All right, well, what is this?
This is a papal zucchetto, which is like the little skull cap that the Pope would have worn. This is from a Pope Pius XII. Along with that comes a document authenticating it from the Vatican.
All right, what else do you have here?
Well, this is the really cool thing in here. This is a papal ring from the 15th century, from a Pope Paul II.
Really?
Papal rings are extraordinarily rare. You'll never see another one like it.
Where'd you get these?
Well, you know, the Vatican Museum, I go to Rome quite a bit, and they have got really bad security, so when I go in there, it's pretty easy to take something. Actually, what I do is I collect papal things.
Okay.
Basically, these came from different collectors. I have a zucchetto from Pope Pius XII and a ring from Pope Paul II. The ring's in excellent condition for its age, and the zucchetto is also in very good shape. There's not too many people that have things that the Pope wore. That's what makes them particularly unique. I'm hoping to sell the papal ring for $50,000 and the papal zucchetto for $3,300.
This is pretty cool here. And you said this is,
A zucchetto.
That's what the Pope's hat's called, huh?
A zucchetto or a skull cap.
Okay. When we see the Pope, we see the zucchetto every time. Which Pope was this from?
Pius XII. He was the Pope between 1939 and 1958.
Yeah, and he was the Pope during World War II.
Yep.
He was known as a peaceful man, and he wanted to bring equality and end racism and a whole other slew of things. So, an important Pope, an important time. What is that made out of?
That would be lambskin.
Yeah, I was going to say nice and soft,
Yep.
a little lambskin.
And then
there.
watered silk.
You're telling me the Pope actually wore this?
That's right, and that's what this document is explaining, that he wore it.
Okay, this ring. It's a beautiful piece. It's got some carvings on here. Do you know what these are?
Yep, so it's got the symbols of the four Gospels, and then it's got Pope Paul II's coat of arms. He was Pope between 1464 and 1471.
Okay, yeah, he was known for helping out the poor in many different ways, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
It's a beautiful piece. If I understand correctly, it's a ceremonial ring, and it's not a piece of jewelry that you would go out to a fancy dinner in.
Right, exactly.
So then, how much are you looking for on the zucchetto?
$3,300.
Would you take $2,500 for it?
I would not.
Are you firm at $3,300?
I could bend a little bit, maybe.
What can you bend to?
How's 31?
You wouldn't do 3?
How about $3,050?
Okay, we have a deal on this, $3,050. All
right.
I appreciate you working with me
All right.
there. And on the ring?
50,000.
50,000 is a lot.
It is.
I wasn't expecting that number.
Yep. Actually, there's probably only about 100 of those that still exist in the world.
What about documentation for this?
Nope, there's no documentation for that.
Okay. As much as I love the ring, without any provenance, I'm just gonna have to pass at that price. The hat, though, I do love. It's pretty major, and you've actually given me an idea on how I can get it authenticated. So, love to give you the $3,050 for it, and we'll go over here and do some paperwork.
I sold the zucchetto for $3,050, and I was not able to sell the ring, but I'm okay with that. I think that I came away with what I was hoping for in the transaction.
So I have a guy in the shop with what he claims is James Gandolfini's tie and handkerchief from the hit show The Sopranos, along with a handwritten note by the Don himself. He wants $1,800 for this, so I've called in Steve Grad. He's going to check out the signature, and if everything works out, this might be a hit. Hey, Steve, what's up?
What's up? You looking for a favor?
Yes, need a favor, yeah.
What can I do for you?
So we have this pretty cool tie, 2 pocket squares, and a note from James Gandolfini saying these were his.
Oh, nice. One of the biggest icons of TV, when you say so, Tony Soprano.
Yeah, I mean, and we have this pretty cool note here. I don't know, is his signature rare because he died suddenly?
He did enough signings. He signed in person, and actually, he treated his fans pretty well. So, you know, people would wait for him on the set, or, you know, in Hollywood and New York. They'd see him all the time, and he'd sign. So he was a pretty good signer.
Okay.
And he's a pretty good guy, too.
Okay, do your magic, dude.
Okay. So the first thing I want to do is just take a look at the ink that's on here. No doubt about that. You can see right in here, nice ballpoint pen, nice live ink in here. When I look at his signature, the James part was always usually pretty sloppy. You know, it's kind of the same thing here.
So what do you think?
You've got his letterhead. The signature is definitely his. This is a great piece.
Okay, so what's the note worth?
Well, you know, the great thing about the note is that you've got all this writing from him, and that's something you just don't see a lot. I call that super rare. Most of the time, emails do, you know. Just the note itself, I'd say, is worth at least $500 or $600. Then you throw in the tie.
I'm assuming the ties and the handkerchiefs are his.
Yeah, absolutely, no doubt. I would really have a hard time believing it's not based on, you know, the provenance involved with it. I mean, he's directly referencing these items. So it's like, you know, I would say as a package, at least $1,000.
Okay.
Now, what you could do, you could photo match this or go back through The Sopranos and try and find the episode where he did wear that. So that's just a little more investigative work, but I think it would be worth it, especially tying that all in together. That'd be a pretty neat piece to have.
All right. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Good to see you. Nice to see you, chum.
All right.
Good luck, man.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Okay. What would be your best price on it?
Well, I came in asking for $1,800. I would like to go maybe $1,200.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you $800. I am taking a gamble here. I have to get someone to find this in an episode in Sopranos and get a screenshot.
Right.
I'll volunteer for that.
I knew that was coming. I'll give you $800.
Man, could you do like closer to 1,000?
I'll tell you what, I'll give you $850.
Yeah, I'll do $850. That works for me.
All right, sweet. I'll meet you right over there and we'll do some paperwork. You wanna write them up?
I'll just start watching The Sopranos right now. You can write them up.
He'll write you up right over there.
I settled on $850. I'm just gonna take it and reinvest it into maybe some other cool Hollywood props.
Ciao. Buongiorno. Sì. Grazie.
What are you doing?
I'm learning Italian.
Why would you be learning Italian?
Because when I'm in Italy, I want to be able to communicate with the locals.
You're going to Italy.
Yes, I'm going to Italy. I recently bought a zacchetto, which is the little cap the Pope wears. I have to get it authenticated, Rick. You know, that's the right thing to do. That's the next step. So, I've been inspired to go to Italy. I'll be off very shortly.
You know what? That actually sounds like fun because remember the philosophy guy I was telling you about earlier? Rebecca found a lead. A first edition book by Giordano Bruno that I've been wanting forever that she says is in a bookstore in Italy. We'll cruise around Rome. It'll be fun.
So now you're going to Italy too.
Oh, yes.
I want to go to Italy.
But who's going to run the store?
You don't need to go to Italy. You don't have any business out there.
Okay, all right, here's the reality of the situation, son. I can go to Italy, Chum can go to Italy, we can go to Italy with each other, but I can't go to Italy with you because that way Chum would have to run the store, and we know that can't happen. So you can't go, we can go.
So basically, because he's incompetent, I can't go on vacation.
Yep.
That's it. And I'm going to Italy.
Man, you guys suck.
You've already booked your trip?
I've got it all booked. Yes, ready to go.
Okay, well, give me your flight info. I'll see if they have any first-class tickets. And I don't think we'll be sitting together.